Hey everybody, I want to talk to you today about not allowing people that don't understand what you're doing scare you out of your dream. When I first started my nonprofit, I didn't tell anybody. It's called Journey Performing Arts Center. I didn't tell my mother. I didn't tell my friends. I started working on it little by little. And I quit my job to start it. And I didn't tell anybody. And the reason that I didn't tell anybody is because I was very scared. And I didn't want anybody else to scare me out of my dream. I am Samar Michelle from Samar Michelle Consulting, y'all. This is from 20 years ago, about 20 years, 2007, 19 years ago, I started my first nonprofit organization. And I remember handwriting my 501c3 application. That is how long I've been in this game. And so many people told me so many things that were not true about starting a nonprofit. And I listen. I'm in business spaces all the time. I'm helping people start nonprofits. And they are telling me things all the time that people have told them about nonprofits. And they just scaring people out their dreams. I'm in a couple Facebook groups that are nonprofit resources. And they're supposed to be there to help nonprofits. And I chime in here and there, but I don't do a lot of talking in the groups because, people want to fight on the internet and go back and forth. But y'all, it is so much misinformation about nonprofits. And it is also a ton of information and myths that go around, or the people are right, but they're trying to scare you, right? So one of the main things that I hear is that you cannot make over $50,000 in your nonprofit in the first 3 years. That's not true. You can make more than $50,000 in your nonprofit on the first day, right? You can use the streamlined 501c3 nonprofit application for any new nonprofit because you don't know how much money you're going to make in the first 3 years. And if you make more than $50,000, worst case scenario, the IRS is going to say, hey, you have to pay an additional user fee because your nonprofit is bigger, right? But if I make over $50,000 in my first year, that's fine. Hit me with the user fee, right? So that's myth number one. The other myth that goes around all the time is that your board can take over your nonprofit. And I guess that's true. But this is the example of just trying to scare people out of their dream. Oh no, you don't want to do a nonprofit and get zero taxes on your business because somebody's going to try to take it from you. Y'all, I'm here to tell y'all, I do so much work in my nonprofit. If somebody wanted to take it, they can have it. I'm just joking. But they really can't take it because they wouldn't know what to do with it. It's hard running a business. This is your dream. This is your baby. It's in you. You're the secret sauce, so nobody can take it, right? But then there's all of these other little legal egregious myths about fundraising. I saw something the other day that said, you can't give a donor receipt with a dollar amount on it for goods. The IRS suggests that you give the donation receipt and you put the goods on there and you don't put a value to it that the person that's doing the donating puts the value on there, right? But the IRS is not going to come and knock down your door if you put the value of $100 for $100 gift card or these speakers that you know cost $100. They're not going to knock you over the head. If your donor is like, no, the value is more, then you can change it. But like, don't live in fear that you can't give a donation receipt because you're not doing it the right way. The IRS wants to make sure the donor can get their tax exemption and that you have a record. If you guys agree on that record, you're fine. Don't let people scare you, right? A lot of people say your board members can't be your family. That's not true. In a public charity, your board members can be your family members. In a private foundation, the number of board members in your family can't exceed the number of board members that's not in your family. And there's some other rules that I'm not saying right now for private foundations. But most of you guys that are going to offer services in a nonprofit are a public charity. So you don't have to listen to that. Throw that away, right? I'm giving you guys some like clear examples, but my overall thing that I want to say to you is that most of these people that are talking are not experts. They don't know. They don't know enough about a nonprofit to advise you on it. And then you internalize that and allow them to scare you. And I don't want you to do that, right? You're in the right place if you're listening to this video. I am a nonprofit expert. I'm okay with saying that because I've got 20 years in the game. I opened my nonprofit 19 years ago. And I started this journey before I started the nonprofit. But my nonprofit, the same nonprofit, is thriving and well today, right? We make over $500,000 in revenue a year. We make over $100,000 in grants a year, right?